of the reasons was clearly explained in Nkem tonight. The lady has suffered several miscarriages. That's a medical reason why anyone should explore surrogacy. There are times that you have medical conditions that are actually fatal to you if you conceive. So if it's life-threatening, why would you want to get pregnant if you're ultimately going to die? And there are some reasons where you were born not to be able to carry pregnancies. It's called congenital anomalies. So it's not your fault, it's just the way you were born. And some people suffering from infertility. So you've been waiting for a while and you've tried so many IVF cycles and nothing is happening. You may want to explore surrogacy as an option to ultimately have a child. So there's so many reasons why. The only reason that may not be medically acceptable is I just don't want to get pregnant and have baby bump. That's not acceptable because you have to be medically certified to require surrogacy. So you can't just wake up and say, oh, I want to use a surrogate to have my baby. It doesn't work that way.
Okay. Did you say Kim Kardashian? I heard that. So there are some common myths when it comes to surrogacy. I just want you to debunk some of them. Now, one of the common myths is intending parents are rich and they just don't want to have baby bumps and stress, like you just said.
Yeah, so that would not be a reason to use a surrogate to have a baby.
Any woman can be a surrogate.
That's a very good one. Not every woman can be a surrogate. That you have to have certain qualifications to be a surrogate. The fact that you've had a baby in the past does not qualify you automatically to be a surrogate. You have to go through a series of screening. It has to be altruistic. The money part does not have to be the only or cannot be the only reason why you're doing it. You cannot want to have another baby for yourself to, it automatically disqualifies you to be a surrogate because then you have a need that you want met. So typically, when patients arrange, surrogates personally, they don't take time to go through the intricacies of qualifying a right surrogate, and that's why trouble comes. Like we've heard recently, someone engaged in a surrogate, a known surrogate, a family member, and she decided to keep the children. You run into trouble if you don't seek professional help. And that's very, very important. It cannot be overemphasized. Surrogacy is serious business, it's highly emotional, and it has to be done professionally. You can't just pick anybody, family member, oh, okay, she's my sister, she's my cousin, she's my niece. In the future, it may create issues that you really don't want to deal with.
So in your opinion, would you say a contract should always be involved?
Absolutely.
And I know you said something about money earlier, and this isn't a procedure or a option that is technically affordable. So what is how much are you looking to spend if you want to try surrogacy?
Okay, so let's say in Nigeria today, if you have to explore the surrogate option, you're looking at between 8 to 10 million. Yes. And that is baseline, okay? So barring if the surrogate delivers prematurely, the babies have to be given special care. And that special care is very expensive.
Wow. You said 8 million. I think my lash moved. So Is surrogacy safe?
Is having a baby safe?
It depends.
So, surrogacy comes with the same risk you and I have when we get pregnant. Okay? So, for surrogates, because they're being engaged to carry a baby on behalf of a couple, you want to be sure that you have very close monitoring with the surrogate, because you don't want to put the surrogate at any risk whatsoever. So basically, if I get pregnant, I'm just going about my business, doing my thing. If a surrogate gets pregnant, she's not going about her business doing everything that she needs to do. She's going to be under very close watch by professionals like me, the doctors, frequent visits, frequent, monitoring. I mean, it's like you're babysitting the surrogates on behalf of the intending couple. So there is a lot more, let's say, too much care for the surrogate, because you want to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah. I did a little research on surrogacy before the event today. And have you ever found situations where the surrogate mother stays in the baby's life?
Well, I think we've had a couple of, in the Western world, really, not in Nigeria. So surrogacy in Nigeria is not regulated. There is no law that says it should be or should not be. So basically, we're doing this because it's a medical condition that needs to be treated. That's the reason why we're doing surrogacy as a form of fertility treatment. Remember? So it's not for cosmetics, it's for medical treatment. Okay, so because it's for medical treatment, it's okay. I mean, the laws cannot come and say, you can't do that, or you can't choose that line of treatment. There are no laws in Nigeria, so it's kind of like if you have an agreement, a legal agreement with the surrogate and the intending parent, the legal agreement is binding on both parties. So you have to have an understanding of why you're getting engaged into this agreement. You have to know exactly what your expectations are for both parties, and it has to be done by a lawyer. You can't just say, oh, this is an agreement, sign it, and let's move on. A lawyer has to draft it, explain it, make sure you understand it before proceeding with the treatment.
Wow, a lot to consider. So let's just go back to the movie for a little bit. Mr. Director, Producer Extraordinaire.